when people hear inner work, they hear crying, fixing, um, you know, the connotation and where it comes from is like, I need to fix myself, or at least that's how many people view it and my perception of it. Now, when an elite athlete goes to the gym, they don't view that as I need to fix myself, right? So there's a total reframe that we're doing here. It's not inner work, it's frequency training. I am becoming a more complete, stable, clear version of myself. So this has nothing to do with going in and finding your demons or healing or any of the stereotypical stuff. I completely reject that premise. Nobody's broken and nobody needs that. They need to become more of who they are through this level of clarity. So that's just a little bit of a reframe. And then where were we going with that?
First, two questions. First is
Yeah.
what sparked this journey for
Yeah.
you? And then if I am a high performing CEO or executive or founder today, what should I be focused on with this frequency training?
Cool. So what sparked this journey for me is that my business started to grow a lot. There was 40 or 50 people working at my company. A lot of people relied on me. I had a lot more, I was making more money. I had more followers, the things that most people are conditioned to believe that's going to make their life safe and easy. And through that level of responsibility, my life actually felt way more hard and way more challenging. And what was happening, and this is why many entrepreneurs land here, is that the success and the responsibility of growing my company simply was exposing the things that I hadn't trained. Right? If you've never exercised before, and then you're trying to be doing some elite thing, like even just run a 5K, right? It's going to be really hard, right? So if you've never trained yourself to trust yourself, then when you have to make a big decision in a meeting and you do not have clarity on who I am, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, that decision becomes hard, or you spend a lot of time overthinking, or you second guess yourself, or you feel anxious, right? So in these situations, like I would get an email and then feel anxiety, like not like I'm having an anxiety attack, but like it would throw off my day for like 3 or 4 hours. And then it started to happen multiple times a week. And I'm like, what is going on here? This is a signal to me that something isn't right, right? So most people are trained to suppress their emotions, especially entrepreneurial men. They are trained to just act confident, suppress your emotions. But in reality, our emotions are like the diagnostics in our car, right? If you feel anxiety, it's like the engine warning light going off in your car. It's actually helping you, right? So when I saw the engine warning light going off in my car, I was like, something isn't right here, right? I'm going to go and look for solutions. And I arrived at this information that gave me some techniques to try. One of them just being a very simple thing that we call the trigger deconstruction routine, to look deeply at what am I thinking when I get this email from a client that is causing me to feel anxiety, because it's not the email. It's my interpretation of the email through my subconscious beliefs. That when I get the email, I'm thinking this client doesn't think we're doing good enough work. Maybe they're going to leave. If they leave, I'm going to have to fire someone. That's why I feel anxiety, not because of the email. And that when we can shift truly, not like, again, positive thinking or affirmations, we can truly shift to, we do incredible work for clients. That if that client leaves, we're going to be okay. There's plenty of clients out there that we do incredible work, and I'm proud that you don't feel the anxiety anymore. You answer the email in a totally different way and you go on with your day. That is a practice called metacognition. In my view, like in many people's view, not just mine, the highest form of human intelligence, not IQ, to be able to observe your own thinking, to challenge, is this actually a fact, or am I creating my anxiety for myself? And to consciously choose through training a different way to look at it that changes your emotional experience and all of your behaviors and results. So that was the light bulb moment for me. That happened in 2020. And with training, practicing the routines and going through it now, a daily training exercise that I've been doing almost every day for the past 4 years, that I haven't felt an ounce of self-doubt, anxiety, frustration, anger, guilt, shame, or any other unnecessary emotion that is caused by what is going on in our head. Those emotions have been normalized, but they are not normal in the human experience. They are caused by our subconscious beliefs through how we are programmed by society. And so as we rethink them and we choose for ourselves, we can actually significantly reduce or eliminate those symptoms. That is what you were saying. I view self-doubt as a symptom. Imposter syndrome is a symptom. Having a voice in your head saying you're not good enough, that's a symptom, right? Saying that you're going to do something and then not following through on it, that is a symptom. Feeling anxiety, all of these are symptoms that are similar to not exercising and then trying to run a 5K and being out of breath. That's what it is. And so when we look at it that way, that's why we call it frequency training. We are training these elements inside of us that with that strength, we actually solve it at the source. And then we significantly reduce or eliminate the symptoms. And it's like when those things go away, the amount myself and everyone do not realize how much this slows us down. How many opportunities we miss because we are second guessing something. How many doors, right? If it takes you sometimes 3 months to make a decision, right? You want to leave a city, you want to fire an employee, you know that you need to leave a relationship, and it takes you 3 months to make that decision. How much does that delay every other decision that happens after that, right? So when you compress that time and you make that decision in 3 seconds, and then you make the next decision in 3 seconds, and then the next decision in 3 seconds, you have now accomplished more than you would in a year in like a day. And so this ability to compress time through self-trust and follow through has been wildly powerful.
Chris, that's incredible. And I can 100% see the value in it because especially when you're a founder or an entrepreneur, there's so many decisions that you're making on a daily basis that you have incomplete information on, or it's a hard decision that logically you should be doing, but then emotionally you're tied up in not wanting to make the decision yet because maybe there's people involved. So it can be very difficult. And the way that you explained it as delaying all the other decisions that will happen after it was just so well articulated.